Dear listeners, I welcome you to my channel. Leave your comments and impressions, I value your opinion. It's a typical Wednesday evening. I'm rifling through the junk drawer in the kitchen, searching for the pizza cutter, when my fingers brush against a stack of papers tucked beneath old receipts and expired coupons. Curiosity piqued. I pull them out, not prepared for the avalanche of emotions about to hit me. As I unfold the first letter, the kitchen light seems to dim, casting long shadows over the script. The words jump out, stark and unforgiving. Oh my God, your Johnson is just huge. I'm so happy to have met him. My heart clenches, the words blurring as tears well in my eyes. How long? How many lies? The letters are dated over the past 6 months. Adrenaline surges through me, a fiery, indignant wave that washes over every ounce of disbelief. I hear the front door open and close. Mark, home from work. My hands shake, but I steady myself, tucking the letters into the back pocket of my jeans. As he steps into the kitchen, humming some tune, I feel detached, as though I'm watching the scene from above. Hey babe, why are you standing in the dark? He asks, flipping the light switch. His casual demeanor, the affectionate nickname, it fuels my fury. Mark. I begin, my voice a controlled whisper. Who is John? He pauses, a frown creasing his forehead. John? What are you talking about? Don't, I snap, stepping closer. My voice is cold, each word laced with venom. I found the letters. Who is he, Mark? Or should I say, what is it? His face drains of color, eyes darting to my back pocket. Honey, I can explain. Explain? I cut him off, shoving him against the fridge. The letters crinkle between us, a physical reminder of his betrayal. Explain how you could lie to us. Mark's hands are up, placating. It's not what you think, I swear. I thrust the letters into his chest, and he stumbles back, papers scattering like the leaves in fall. This? I hiss, kicking a letter towards him. Tell me how I should think about this, Mark. He sinks to the floor, back against the cold metal, hands covering his face. I've only cheated on you 7 times. You have to forgive me. The plea, so weak, so pitiful it makes my lip curl in disgust. I don't see the man I married. I see a stranger, pathetic and small. Forgive you. My laugh is harsh, mirthless. I straighten, smoothing my shirt as if I can also smooth away the jagged emotions inside. No, Mark. This is where I stop forgiving and start forgetting. His eyes meet mine, filled with a dawning horror. What are you going to do? I smile, the curve of my lips not reaching the icy chill in my eyes. Oh, you'll see. Just know, Mark, I will not be made a fool. Not by you. Not by anyone. As I turn to leave, the weight of the letters in my pocket feels like a promise, a vow. My steps are light, almost buoyant with the surge of resolve flooding through me. The plan forms, crystal clear and sharp as glass. Mark's voice follows me, a broken whisper in the cool air of the kitchen. Please, I'm sorry. But I'm already gone, the door closing with a satisfying snap behind me. This is just the beginning, and my revenge will be meticulous and cold, merciless, just like the betrayal that birthed it. The cool evening breeze feels sharp against my cheeks as I step outside, my mind racing as fast as my heart. I need an ally, someone I can trust, someone who understands the art of careful planning. My phone feels heavy in my hand as I dial the one number I know I can rely on. Hey, it's me. I whisper into the phone, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. Sophie? What's wrong? Amanda's voice is instantly alert, her concern palpable even through the digital crackle. I need your help, I say, skipping the pleasantries. Can you meet me at the grind? Give me 10 minutes, she responds without hesitation, and the line goes dead. The grind is our old college haunt, now a trendy cafe tucked away on a side street, dimly lit and perfect for private conversations. When I push through the door, Amanda is already there, her expression grave as she sees my face. You look like hell, she states, standing to pull me into a tight hug. He's been cheating, I blurt out, the words tasting bitter on my tongue. Her eyes narrow. Mark? How did you find out? I explain about the letters, how I confronted him, and the icy resolve that has settled over me. Amanda listens, her face a mask of rage and sympathy. So, what's the plan? She asks, her tone all business now. I want to hit him where it hurts. His reputation, his finances. I begin, the the seed of my plan growing as I speak it aloud. Amanda nods, sipping her coffee thoughtfully. Okay. Do you know who the other one is? Not yet, but I intend to find out. We'll need proof, she states. Evidence that sticks. Do you think you can get into his devices, emails, texts? A plan starts to take shape, my mind whirring with possibilities. Yes, I think I can. He's careless with his passwords. Good, get everything you can. I know a guy, a private investigator. He can help us dig deeper if needed. Her decisiveness fuels my resolve, and a cold satisfaction begins to replace the initial shock and pain. I want him to regret this. I want him to feel this betrayal as deeply as I have. Amanda reaches across the table, squeezing my hand. He will, we'll make sure of it. We spend the next hour strategizing, plotting each step with precision. As we part ways, the night feels less dark, less overwhelming. I have a purpose, a clear path forward. As I head back home, my phone buzzes with a message from Amanda. Stay strong. We're in this together. Mark is asleep when I get home, his breathing even and oblivious. I watch him for a moment, the man I thought I knew, the life I thought we had. Then, turning away, I head to the study. His laptop sits on the desk, an invitation. I start with his emails, forwarding the most incriminating ones to myself. His messages paint a vivid picture of deceit. With each forwarded email, I feel a piece of my old life peel away, replaced by a new, hardened version of myself. The night wears on, and I am fueled not by vengeance alone, but by a newfound sense of empowerment. This is not just about revenge. It's about reclaiming my life, piece by piece, and I am just getting started. The morning sun streams through the blinds, casting long, thin shadows across the floor of our bedroom. I've barely slept, but the exhaustion does little to dampen the resolve that has taken root within me. As I watch Mark, still lost in slumber, ignorance painted across his features, a cold calm settles over me. Today, the game changes. I slip out of bed and dress quietly, my movements precise and calculated. In the kitchen, I brew coffee, the familiar aroma filling the air, a stark contrast to the unfamiliar territory I am navigating. My phone vibrates. A message from Amanda. Meeting set with PI, 11 a.m. at Roma Cafe. Be safe. A shiver of anticipation runs through me as I text back a simple thumbs up emoji. Mark stirs as I finish my coffee. I watch him from the doorway, a spectator to his routine, now tainted with the bitterness of betrayal. Morning, he mumbles, rubbing his eyes, unaware of the storm brewing just a few feet away. Morning, I reply, my voice neutral. I have errands to run. I'll be back later. He nods, still groggy, and I turn away, the final threads of our normal life fraying into oblivion. At Roma Cafe, Amanda is already there, her posture rigid with urgency. She's not alone. Beside her is a man in his mid-40s, sharp eyes scanning the room. He stands as I approach, extending a hand. Sophie, this is Jack Carter, the investigator, Amanda introduces. His handshake is firm, his gaze piercing. Thank you for meeting me. I start, cutting straight to the chase. I need to know everything, every lie, every secret. Jack nods, pulling out a small notepad. I've been briefed by Amanda. You have access to his emails. Yes, and more by the end of today, I assure him, my voice a mix of anger and determination. We'll need to track his movements, check his financials, gather as much as we can on the other woman, Jack explains. His voice is matter-of-fact, professional. Surveillance starts today. With your permission, we'll also tap into his communications, texts, calls. Whatever it takes, I confirm, the words like steel on my tongue. As we strategize, my phone buzzes. It's an alert from the security app on Mark's laptop, a login attempt. He's awake and online. My heart skips, but I maintain my composure, not wanting to give away the turmoil inside. We also need to consider your safety, Jack adds. If he suspects. He won't, I interrupt, perhaps too quickly. He thinks he's smarter than me. That's his weakness. Jack's nod is one of approval. Underestimation can be a costly mistake. Our meeting wraps up with plans in place, and I leave feeling oddly empowered. The cafe fades behind me as I step into the sunlight, each step echoing my newfound resolve. Returning home, I find Mark in the kitchen, his back to me. He's on the phone, his tone hushed but strained. I pause at the doorway listening. Yes, I understand. No, she doesn't suspect a thing, he murmurs, unaware of my presence. My heart pounds, not with fear, but with fury sharpened by each deceitful word. He turns, phone still in hand, and jumps slightly when he sees me. "Sophie, you're back early," he stammers, ending the call abruptly. "Just forgot something," I say, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "Don't mind me." I leave him there, flustered and anxious, and head upstairs. My hands don't shake as they did before. They're steady, ready to unearth every secret, every lie. The game has indeed changed, and I am no longer just a player. I am the one setting the rules. The past week seems like a blur of shadows and whispers, each day blending into the next with a series of revelations that both shock and vindicate me. Jack has been efficient, his network digging into the facets of Mark's life that he thought were shrouded in secrecy. Today, we meet again at Roma Cafe, the place now feeling like the command center of our covert operations. Jack slides a manila envelope across the table towards me as I sit down. "You were right about your husband's mistakes," he says, his tone grim. "But there's more." Amanda, sitting beside me, leans in, her eyes wide with anticipation. I open the envelope, pulling out photographs and documents, the evidence of betrayal stark in the unforgiving light of day. "These are the surveillance photos," Jack begins, pointing to a series of images. "And here are the bank statements and the emails to her. But there's something else we found." My heart races as I shuffle through the photos until I come across a face I don't recognize. A woman, neither young nor old, but her eyes are familiar, unsettlingly so. "Who is she?" I ask, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. Jack exchanges a look with Amanda before responding. "That's the part we didn't expect. This woman, her name is Carol. She works at the same company as Mark, but she's not just anyone." Amanda reaches over, her hand squeezing mine gently. "Sophie, she's his half-sister. They share a father. It seems Mark only found out a few months ago." The room spins slightly as I process the information. Half-sister? Then the letters, the meetings. "They were trying to keep it a secret until they figured things out," Jack explains. "The Johnson he referred to in the letters. It's a boat they inherited together. That's what they were discussing. The size, the cost of keeping it." A laugh, hollow and disbelieving, escapes me. "A boat. He's been sneaking around because of a boat." "Yes," Jack confirms. "And according to what we've uncovered, he hasn't been unfaithful, Sophie. He was scared it would upset you, the secrecy. Poor judgment, absolutely, but not infidelity." The truth, stark and unexpected, washes over me, and with it, a wave of relief mixed with an overwhelming sense of foolishness. How had I let my suspicions spiral without confronting him directly with the letters? Amanda hugs me tightly. "I'm so sorry, Sophie. We jumped to conclusions." "No," I shake my head. "It was me. I should have talked to him." Jack hands me another piece of paper. "Maybe this will help," he says softly. It's a letter from Mark to Carol, clearly stating their familial relationship and his fears of how to explain this newfound sibling to me. His words are filled with concern for her and for me. The rest of the meeting passes in a blur. When I get home, Mark is there waiting, his face is drawn tired. "Sophie," he starts, but I raise a hand to stop him. "I know, Mark. About Carol, the boat, everything," I say. The fight gone from my voice. "Why didn't you just tell me?" Mark takes a step forward, his expression earnest. "I wanted to more than anything. But every time I tried, I couldn't find the words. I thought I'd lose you." Tears blur my vision, not of anger now, but of wasted time and misunderstandings. "You almost did," I whisper, stepping into his open arms. "I'm so sorry," he murmurs, his voice thick with emotion. "From now on, no more secrets. I promise." As we stand there, holding each other in the quiet of our living room, the shattered pieces of our life begin to fit back together. It's not perfect. The edges are rough, marked by the scars of this ordeal. But it's ours to mend. A mosaic more colorful for its imperfections.